guys, welcome back to my channel. Simone here, and today is Vlogmas day 22. So, as you can tell by the title of this video, this is going to be a relatively negative video. This is the Nope book tag, and I was kind of thinking, should I upload this close to Christmas? And I was like, yes, because we need a bit of balance. This will be the second kind of negative video in Vlogmas, and I'm like, I'm okay with it, because from tomorrow, it's going to be up from there, I promise. So I hope that you don't mind, this is a little bit of a negative one, but I'm alright with it really. So the original of this was done by the Farah Project, who is a channel I love and adore, and I will link her channel down below for you to go and check out, and I'll also link the original tag. So yeah, do definitely go and check out her channel because I think she's incredible. And I believe there are 16 questions, and I'm going to tag some people at the end, so let's get started. I should also say, I have not looked at the questions for this beforehand. I quite like to do that with the tags, is to not really prepare too much. I really like to kind of do it as I go, so we'll see whether that was a good idea or not in a minute. I should just say before I start as well, that I'm wearing a Christmas jumper. It just doesn't look like it. It's a very understated one. I don't know how much you'll be able to see, but it says, "Merry Christmas, you filthy muggle," and it's got loads of stuff on, because you know how much of a Harry Potter fan I am, and I was like, this is understated, I feel like I can wear this one and not worry too much, so yeah, hope you like that. I think I got it from, actually, did I get it offline? I think I might have got it offline, I think I might have got it on Amazon, not really sure though, can't remember. So, we'll start with question number 1. I'm going to read them off my screen over here, so I'm really sorry, but when I ask the questions, I'm going to not be looking at the screen. So question 1 is Nope ending. A book ending that made you go nope either in denial, rage, or simply because the ending was crappy. Oh, this is a good question. And for this one, I'm going to go with a very controversial one, and that is The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. I really hate this book, and I know everybody loves it, and I gave it a 1 star. I really didn't like it. The ending for me was the bit that I hated the most, although I didn't like any of it really, because I don't like the kind of thing about sexual abuse being used as a plot twist. And I know some people don't think it is, but for me that's the way it came across, and I really didn't like that. It made me very uncomfortable to read it. I didn't enjoy it at all, and yeah, to me it was just a rubbish ending, and I kind of, I mean, to be fair, it's not a very long book anyway, I just wish I'd never read the book in the first place. Question number 2 is Nope Protagonist. A main character you dislike and drives you crazy. And for this one I'm going to talk about a series in general. I'm going to talk about the Chronicles of Narnia series. I don't like Peter and I don't like Susan in the Chronicles of Narnia. I love Lucy, she's cute, and Edmund you're kind of not supposed to like, but then he kind of grows on you. Peter and Susan I feel like are just like elitist, entitled. I really hate Susan. She's too much of like a, you must do everything I say because I'm Queen Susan and blah 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 blah. I don't know, I don't like them. I really like the later books where Peter and Susan do not come along because they're too old. I really liked the Voyage of the Dawn Treader is my favourite one because it's just Edmund and Lucy. And yeah, so that's kind of my Nope opinion. Question number 3 is Nope series. And that is a series that turned out to be one huge pile of nope after you've invested all of that time and energy on it, or a series you gave up on because it wasn't worth it anymore. And I'm gonna, again, I'm being very controversial today. I'm gonna say The Princess Diaries by Meg Cabot. Now I love the films of this, I really enjoy the first few books, but to me it just got a bit silly and it went on for far too long, and I just couldn't be bothered anymore to read the rest. I think there's like 12 or 13 or something, and it just got to be too much. I think I liked like maybe the first sort of 5, and then it, yeah, like I said, it was too much, it was too overwhelming, there was too many stories, and I just felt like it was getting a bit silly. I actually much prefer the Mediator series by Meg Cabot, and there's only 6 books in that series, and I love all of them. So for me, yeah, it's got to be The Princess Diaries, unfortunately. I just wasn't the biggest fan. Question number 4 is Nope popular pairing, and that is a ship you don't support. And I know this one straight away without even thinking about it, and that is The Hunger Games. I don't like who a Katniss ends up with. I really don't. I think she 100% should be with the other one. And yeah, for me, I read The Mockingjay earlier on this month, the 3rd book in the series. I just hate it. I'm sorry. I love her with the other character, so I can't support the one that she ends up with, and I'm not a fan. Question number 5 is Nope plot twist. A plot twist you didn't see coming or one that you didn't like. And for this one I'm going to talk about Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. I don't know if this was so much a plot twist, but it was kind of the way the ending went. I did not like the way it happened and I didn't enjoy the ending. I think that I gave this book a 4 stars, so it's not like I didn't like the book at all. I really liked the book, but the ending was one of those ones where I was a bit like, oh, but it's not quite what I wanted. So yeah, I'm going to say Turtles All the Way Down. Question number 6 is Nope, Protagonist, Decision or Action, and that is a character decision that makes you shake your head, nope. And this is actually a book that I loved and gave a 5 star, but I still don't like the ending, but it makes me want to like cry and scream, and that is All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven. I really liked this book, but the ending, the decision, you'll know if you've read it, breaks my heart every time, and I was like, no, don't do this. So yeah, I've got to pick it for this, even though I love the book, but the character decision, need a moment after that. Question number 7 is Nope, Genre, and that is a genre you will never read. And I find this one really difficult because there isn't really a specific genre that I don't read or would never read. I tend to be quite open with the things that I read. There are some things that I know I don't particularly enjoy. Like I prefer not to read high fantasy because I find that really difficult to read. But I don't think I have a particular genre that I don't want to ever read. So I can't really answer this question. Question number 8 is Nope, Book Format. And that is book formatting you hate and avoid buying until it comes out in a different edition. And if I'm totally honest, it's just hardbacks. To be honest, if I find a hardback in a charity shop, I'd buy it. But I would never buy a hardback over a paperback. Like for me, paperback is 100% the way I want to read. I don't love mass market paperbacks, like the really small ones. I much prefer the kind of like normal size one, if that makes sense. I love a floppy paperback as well, but yeah, no, for me, I just don't like hardbacks as much. Like I find it more difficult to read them, and generally they're bigger, so I feel like it takes me longer to read a page, and then I feel like the book has taken me ages. So yeah, that one for me. Question number 9 is Nope, Trope, and that is a trope that makes you go nope. And I did a video at the beginning of Vlogmas that I'll link below, which was the things I hate in books. So obviously most of the things in there are the tropes that I hate, but more specifically, if you want to talk about one that I really hate and is probably my least favourite trope in books, and that's the secret twin ending of a crime story. I really hate it. I hate the I think it's lazy to have the ending be, oh, there was a twin, it was never her in the first place, or it was never him in the first place. Yeah, despise it, and I really wish that authors would stop using it as the answer for their crime. Question number 10 is Nope, Recommendation, and that is a book recommendation that is hyped and constantly pushed at you that you simply refuse to read. And if I'm totally honest, I'm never going to read The Notebook by Nicholas Sparks. I really love the film, and I feel like the book can never be as good as the film can, and I know everybody talks about The Notebook, but I feel like I just want to leave it as the film, because sometimes if you watch the film first, the book can't really compare. And I know the book was first, obviously, and it's from the book, but for me, yeah, I'm just never going to read it. I'm not the biggest Nicholas Sparks fan anyway, so I don't think that I will ever read The Notebook. Question number 11 is Nope, Cliche or Pet Peeve, and that is a cliche or writing pet peeve that always makes you roll your eyes. I don't think any of you will not know that my least favourite thing is when they say, I let out a breath I didn't know I was holding. I really don't like it. People have said to me that it's to do with anxiety, and I totally understand it, but when did the memo go out to all authors that this is the line that should be used in every single YA book? I don't think I've ever read a different genre that's not got that line in it, so why does it have to happen in every YA book? So yeah, I hate that, and I really despise when it happens. Question number 12 is the Nope, Love Interest, and that is the love interest that's not worthy of being one. A character you don't think should have been a viable love interest. And for this one, I'm going to talk about Simon from the Mortal Instruments series. Again, quite controversially, I really don't like Simon as a love interest. I love him as a character. I think he's a really good best friend to Clary, but for me, I just don't understand the connection between the two of them. I feel like they work really well as friends, and and what makes me laugh is when they choose their own relationship partners, they don't choose anybody like each other, so it doesn't make sense to me that there would be a potential relationship there. I think they're amazing friends, but I never did understand the love interest thing. Question number 13 is a Nope book, a book that shouldn't have existed that made you say nope. And for this one, I'm going to talk about one that I also read in November, and that is The Maze Runner by James Dashner. I really did not enjoy the book of this. I hated it, actually. I've heard people say the movie is better, and maybe it should have just been a movie and left it at that. I didn't like the way this was written. The slang in it was really irritating. The characters were kind of all mixed together and none of them really stood out to me, and I just, yeah, I really wish that it, well, not wish that it never been written, because I know some people love it, but for me it was a book that I don't think should ever have existed. Question number 14 is Nope villain, and that is a scary villain or antagonist you would hate to cross and would make you run in the opposite direction. For this one I'm going to talk about The First Days by Rhiannon Frater, and by that I'm just generally talking about the zombies in that, because I found that book to be really kind of creepy and I loved it. It was one of my favourite zombie novels I've ever read, and yeah, the zombies in it were just, the way they were described, it terrified me. So yeah, that one is definitely my Nope villain. Again, a book I love, but the villain, terrifying. Question number 15 is Nope death, and that is a character death that still haunts you, and all I'm going to say is Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo, the second book in the Six of Crows duology. The ending of that, I've not cried so much in a book in my life, because that was my favourite character. I'm not over it. And question number 16 is Nope author, and that is an author you had a bad experience reading and have decided to quit. And that for me is going to be Tara Altebrando. I read The Leaving by her and I gave it a 1 star. I really didn't like it. I don't know if she has a lot of back catalogue, but it's just that her writing style wasn't for me. So for me, I feel like it's pointless me reading other books of hers because it's the writing I didn't like rather than it being the story. So yeah, that one for me is definitely an author that I'm probably not going to pick up again. So there you have it, guys. That is the Nope book tag. Now I'm going to tag 5 people. I will obviously tag people. You don't have to do it. It's just an invitation to do it if you wish. And I have checked your channels and I don't think you've done it before. But like I said, don't feel pressured to do it if you don't want to. So I'm going to tag Linda from Linda's World of Books. I know I tagged you in one recently and you did it really quickly, but like I said, no pressure. I'm going to tag Nicole from A Beautiful Chaos of Books. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. I'm going to tag Edith from Shadow and Books, Izzy from Is Currently Reading, and Ali from The Nature of Pages. So I hope that you loved this video, guys. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Go and subscribe to all the people that I tagged down below, because they're all amazing and I'd love you all to see what they put out as well, because a lot of people are doing Vlogmas at the minute, which is really exciting. And it's coming to an end, guys. It's the 22nd already. How scary is that? But yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and come back tomorrow at 5 PM for another Vlogmas video. And I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
We wish